And we're back. The Running Raiders, episode 2. TJ Caughell here, Aden Hawes, Ani Sairam, and our special guest, Khalil Chatman.
Pleasure to be here, man. Appreciate y'all having me.
It's a beautiful day, Wednesday morning. We got our first scrimmage of the year. Last time we said it was our first scrimmage, and Lane dodged us. They were scared of us. They had some. They had some. They had some legitimate reasons, but they didn't make it down. So hopefully it goes off today. We got SWAC today at 6:00. I think we're ready for some action. I know the guys have been going hard and ready to play. So Khalil, how are you today?
What's going on, man? I can't complain.
We were talking about it a little bit before. Give us a little rundown of your background. So you last at Jefferson. You graduated. You finished at Jefferson. You went to Lane your freshman year.
Yeah.
Tell us a little. Tell us what you were telling me. Give me a little backstory on how you ended up here.
Well, yes, I graduated from Jefferson 2018. I ended up going to a 4-year summer school, University of Pacific. Ended up going home, breaking my leg, so I wasn't able to start my freshman year. I was home. Ended up getting into some more stuff further down the road, which kept me home longer. So my first opportunity to play was in Iowa, Southeastern Community College. Wasn't fully healthy, so didn't get a chance to play fully there. So going into the following year, that's when I went to Lane, which was my freshman year. That was also a COVID year, so we got that back, which made last year my freshman year. Coach Zoe getting this job obviously recruited me here, and now I'm here. So going into my sophomore year.
Yeah, a lot of good experiences, a lot of different experiences.
Definitely, yes.
Compare and contrast. Give me what's your early impressions of. Start with Ashland, Oregon. What are your impressions of Ashland?
Ashland. I mean, it's definitely different. Like I said, I lived in Iowa, so I'm kind of used to the isolation and not being in a big city or whatever. So it's not that big of an adjustment, especially because I'm in Oregon, so it's still not too far from home. But I mean, it's cool. I'm warming up to it.
Met people on campus, any of that stuff?
Yeah.
Have you done anything in town or anything?
I didn't hit a few spots. I'll be kicking it with outside of our team, the girls' team. I done met some on the volleyball team. I'm, still splurging and trying to figure it out.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. What are you guys laughing about?
Word,
What's your favorite place to eat in Ashland right now?
Omar's is up there. Shout out Hawes. He never wants to go.
we don't have the budget for Omar's.
I've been to Macaroni's. I haven't been here since the time of me living here, but Coach took me when I came out here for my visit. I need to make it back there. That was really good.
You don't stop talking about that spot.
I need it.
He asked me to go to Omar's at least once a day.
Omar's is delicious. If you're looking for a steak, Omar's is the spot.
Shout out Omar's. If anytime you need a sponsor, man, come on, man. It's okay. But yeah, a couple of the bars got good food too. I don't know the names off the top of my head, but Creekside got good pizza. So definitely.
You've hit some spots.
Yeah, I gotta eat. I gotta eat. I'm trying to gain some weight.
A lot of good options.
What do you weigh right now?
I'm 200. I'm trying to get to about 220.
6'9", is that accurate?
As accurate as you want it to be.
Yeah. Closer to 6'7"?
No, I'm 6'8".
6'8".
6'8", but like shoes and stuff, hair.
Yeah.
It gives me a little bit more. So I'm taking all of it.
Yeah. How have the people of Ashland treated you?
Great. I've had some great experiences. Nothing too crazy. It's a lot of deer out here.
There's deer everywhere.
And there's a few bears. So I don't mess with the wildlife, really.
You got bears out here, bro?
There's some bears out here, bro.
I haven't seen a bear yet.
So
Yeah.
we've been having we're up on the mountain. We're on we rent a house off of Walker Street, which is this street right over here that runs by the football field on the south side. We're renting a house up at the top of the hill, and we've had bears getting in our garbage just because it's been tipped over and bags are torn into, and we know there's bears. If you search online, you can see some big bears in Ashland, like in the town. So the other night, Ashley and I, the boys were asleep. Ashley and I went outside, and I heard some rustling over in the corner, and I went over there, and it was dark, but I could see something over there, and so I asked Ashley for her phone, and she kind of brought it over and pulled the flashlight out and pulled it up, and this thing was staring at me. He's probably 15 feet away. This is a big bear too, yeah. And
bears, man.
And it took off, and there's kind of like a walkway in the middle in our house, in between our garage and our house, and it took off, and she was on the other end, and she screamed, and it's probably like midnight, and that's kind of the whole story. But it was an experience. We sprinted inside, and there's some big bears.
This is the first time you've lived around bears?
Well, I grew up in Oregon, and so I've seen a lot of bears, quite a few. I mean, black bears don't really mess with you. They're pretty, they're pretty scared of humans. But you don't want to mess with them either, especially if there's some,
They are fast.
if there's cubs, if it's a mama bear and cubs, like that mama bear that's the scariest thing. Like they'll mess you up.
There's not any bears in the Midwest, are there?
No, I don't think there's any bears. Yeah. Once you get, so they're all black bears here, and you see some cinnamon black bears, which are like some tan colored black bears. And they go down into California too. And then as you get up into the mountains, like into the Rockies, and that's when the grizzlies come in. Montana, Wyoming, Colorado has grizzlies. Grizzlies, they'll mess you up. You don't want to mess with a grizzly. They'll kill you. They'll kill you and eat you, and they won't find your body. My dad's a hunter, so he has some crazy stories. One really crazy story with a grizzly, because they don't see very well, and he was hunting elk, and he said this grizzly just came like, they have like their walk, came walking down the trail, and he said he was just standing there staring at it, and finally yelled at it, and it stood up on its hind legs, and it was big, and he was with his friend too. And he always said, I knew I was fine because I'm faster than my friend, so it would have got him first. But
That's not cool.
But he yelled at it, and it like dropped down and took off the path. But I forget what he like paced it off. And I want to say it was like 10 paces away. It was real close.
That's crazy.
And they're crazy too, because grizzlies, they'll take 3 or 4 shots before it'll kill them. Like it'll hit them and they'll just keep running even if they're about to die. So he was in the danger zone for sure.
I had to live around bears when I was in New Jersey.
Oh yeah.
We had a bear trap set up outside all the trash cans too. Like I still remember some days we couldn't get dropped off at our bus stop because there used to be a bear nearby.
Are you serious?
Yeah, they had to take us back to school, and parents had to come pick us up.
Did you ever see it?
Yeah, no, they were active, but I mean, in the wintertime it's the best when they're hibernating though. But
Yeah.
in the springtime, summertime, they're out there.
Yeah. I heard that New Jersey I think they have the most bears, like per area or something.
I don't know the fact, but I believe that though. There's a lot of bears there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which was crazy to me, because when I think of New Jersey, I think of like still New York, but not as cool.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of greenery in New Jersey, I would say. I mean, it's nicknamed the Garden State too.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah.
there's a lot of stuff to do out there. Shout out New Jersey, man.
New Jersey, yeah. The Nets. I remember them losing in the finals a couple times.
Shout out Jason Kidd.
Yeah, that was fun. Richard Jefferson. I don't remember any of the rest of the guys.
Vince Carter.
Yeah, he was
He was a
decent.
big one.
Yeah, he was a big one. Yep.
We had a bunch of guys.
Did Gerald Green play over there?
Gerald Green.
You know what I'm talking about? The one that
contest, Gerald Green?
he missed the one that missed a
Cupcake
finger.
guy?
Yeah, cupcake guy. He played over there, right?
I think that was before his time.
That was before his time, but he might have been there in Brooklyn. I don't remember.
He might have played for the Nets when they were still in New Jersey, but I don't think he was with J Kidd and Vince City and Vinsanity and RJ and all those guys. But I don't know.
He lost to the Lakers, right? Yeah, at least once.
Everybody lost to the Lakers.
Yeah, that squad was tough.
That was like one of the biggest dynasties I remember.
Lakers?
The Patriots and the Lakers.
Yeah.
They were built different.
Yeah, I checked out the Laker documentaries on Hulu and HBO.
With John C. Riley, one guy from Talladega Nights.
I couldn't tell you exactly who it was, but
I think I know what you're talking about.
yeah, there's like two
It's called
different ones.
Showtime?
Though. Yeah, there's two different ones though. It's like there was one on HBO, but I think certain people didn't like how they're portraying it, so they made another one on Hulu.
Oh damn!
So it's pretty cool.
I was watching a few minutes the other night, but then these guys, my boys, were doing something, and so we had to turn it off. So they wouldn't let me watch it. But no, it looked good.
Which one did you check out?
I think it was that one. It was the one they were interviewing Shaq a lot when I was watching. They hadn't got to the Kobe part yet, or maybe I missed that part. But it was Dr. Buss and Jeannie Buss was talking about how when they moved from the Forum into the Staples Center and just that whole process. The Kings owner also owned the Staples Center, and just talking about like the business side of it. But it was interesting.
Yeah,
I liked it. Yeah. Khalil, what's your squad? NBA.
I don't have a favorite team in the NBA. I just like players. So like anybody really. I was just watching all the preseason games. I'm excited for the year. It's gonna be
what
crazy.
do y'all think about Phoenix Suns losing to Adelaide 36ers?
It doesn't mean anything. If they played 100 times and Phoenix was trying, Phoenix would win the other 99.
I'll believe that.
It's gonna be a rough year, man.
Now,
It's a lot of teams.
Zozo was trying to say that like that's the trend, and like that if Phoenix was in the Australian league, that they would be a regular team. And I was like, that didn't sit right with me.
What you mean by that?
Like if they played in the NBL or whatever the Australian league's called, that they wouldn't dominate. And in my head, I'm like, there's no chance that they wouldn't win every game if they wanted to. You know?
I think they'd figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it might be a little different of a game stylistically and how it's officiated and the rules and all that, but like Devin Booker with Chris Paul, like nobody could, DeAndre Ayton, Mikal Bridges, nobody could mess with them.
So they wouldn't lose one game?
I mean, they probably would, but like they did yesterday, but like they wouldn't be just like an average team there. They'd be by far clearly the best team. Like if they played 100 games against teams from that league, if they wanted to and they were competitive and they wanted to win, they would win 90% of the games at least. I think.
Doesn't everybody go into games wanting to win though?
I hope so.
Not really in the NBA. It's a long season. Like some nights you throw in the towel a little early.
Well, I know they're working on their rotation, and the guys were on a minutes restriction, right? I read the article, and like Booker and Paul, and no one played over 22 minutes or something like that.
Right, and I mean, if you watch the highlights, like that team played out of their minds. Like it seemed like everything they threw up went in.
They were like 24 for 43 on threes, I want to say.
Yeah, like I'm not saying they couldn't ever do that again, but to think that that's like normal for them, it's not true.
Yeah. So they had a couple guys that I can't remember now. Who are their guys? The two Americans.
I don't know who their guys were, but obviously they were good enough to compete in the NBA. But
I remembered one, Robert Franks. You guys remember Robert Franks played at Washington State, and he played at Evergreen, I think, in Washington. And so when I was coaching in Tacoma, I watched him play in high school, and he was tough. I mean, he's NBA body, can shoot it. And they have another guy. Khalil, who's the best player you ever played against in a real game?
I done played against a lot of good people, man. I done played against Gary Trent Jr., R.J. Barrett, DeAndre Ayton, Wendell Carter Jr. I done played with Kevin Porter Jr. I don't know, because I'm still forgetting a lot of people.
That's a lot of guys.
Jared Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
And yeah, the list goes on. I didn't play a long time. So I don't know. That's a tough one.
That was EYBL?
Yeah. All those league guys were EYBL.
And who were you playing with?
I played with Seattle Rotary.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah,
They've had some squads.
yeah. We had a really good team actually.
Tell me a little bit more about those experiences. Where'd you play?
We traveled. Shoot, always to Georgia. We went to where else we went? We went to New York. We'll always go to Virginia. Um, Typically, they tried to change the venues year to year, but they kept a few the same. So I think one time we was in Cali. I think one year we went to California. Then we did like local tournaments. We always went to Vegas too, stuff like that. Yeah, those was the good times, man. Back then.
Fun times, yeah.
Yeah,
Young and wild.
yeah. Ain't gotta do nothing but go play basketball, you know.
Yeah. Got a million people in the gym and coaches watching. And
Yeah.
what's your favorite city in the U.S.?
Dang, my favorite city might
Yeah.
be.
Top 3.
I think Vegas is one of my top cities. It's a city that never sleeps. You can be out all night. It's always lit, you know. There's always people in Vegas. That's definitely a place I try to go to once a year.
It's a good one.
Be careful there, man.
Yeah, easy to get
yeah,
sideways there. But have you been during summer league?
yeah,
Yeah, I've never done that.
So I'm trying to do that next year.
I've done that a couple
yeah.
times. It's a lot of fun.
Because guys are out partying. I heard.
Yeah, just a lot of like celebrities are in town. It's just see all the rookies from that class. So it's a cool time. Definitely recommend it if you can.
Yeah, we need to make that happen.
And it's like the setup as far as the basketball side is cool, just because like they play at the Thomas and Mack Center where UNLV plays.
Mm-hmm.
And there's like a little side gym that you can just like walk right to where the other court is. And it's just super easy to bounce back and forth and watch one game, go to the next. So.
And is it like a pay for the day and you can go watch them all, or do you pay each game?
I don't know. I was lucky enough. I got like some passes, so I kind of was able to go the whole time. But I think that's how it works. It's like daily, you get a pass and you can go to all the games all day. And they go from like 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. till 10 at night. So
I wanted to say they're really late because I remember last year I was living in Illinois and there's games starting like at midnight. So it'd be the 10 o'clock game. Yeah, watch it all night. What hit me with your favorite cities?
Vegas has got to be in the top list. I was born in San Francisco, so I have a soft spot for San Francisco. I'm big on Seattle too. I like Seattle. Obviously, Portland's really cool. Been there too many times to count. Another one that I really like is Nashville, Tennessee. That's one of my favorite places that I've only got to visit there once, but I could see myself spending more time there.
Sounds fun. Yeah, I've heard great that everyone says good things about Nashville that I've talked to.
Yeah, I just like the vibe of the South. I haven't spent as much time down there as I'd like to, but I like Nashville. Haven't been to Atlanta yet. I've just been through in the airport, but I haven't actually like been out in the city much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's probably my general.
Where's the Final Four this year?
I think it's in Phoenix.
Oh, it's in Phoenix?
I think so.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I like Phoenix a lot too. That's a hell of a city too. It's just grown so much.
Yeah.
Like on the outskirts, like Scottsdale and Glendale and Tempe.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, a lot to do there.
Mm-hmm. What about you, Ani?
I'm not 21 yet, so my answer is probably going to change after I turn 21.
Yeah.
But right now is I got a chance to go to Atlanta this summer, which was really fun. Just the whole downtown vibe was fun. And it's Phoenix was fun too. I got a chance to visit Arizona State and just hang out with a few friends, and it's always lively there too.
Yeah,
And
I've been around there too.
third one probably that's a tough one. I'd say Jersey, like just the state of Jersey.
The whole state.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
There's just a lot to do, and you got New York right across the river too. And it's easy to get everywhere. You can get it fairly easy. So the whole East Coast is fun.
That's what's crazy. Once you get to the Midwest and East, you don't realize like how close all those cities are. That's what I liked about being back there.
Yeah, you could go through like a whole state back east in like 2 or 3 hours.
Yeah.
As opposed to California where it's like 14. You go through from all the way north all the way to LA.
Yeah, the West Coast is just so spread out.
Yeah, even Oregon, it's probably like about 5 hours at least to get from
North.
Ashland to Portland.
Yeah.
Do you know the longest road trip we got to take this year?
Well, College of Idaho is like 12 or 13, I think. It's pretty.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that far, is it?
I don't remember.
Boise?
Seemed like a lot.
Caldwell?
It's Caldwell, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That's probably like 8 or 9, maybe 10.
It's a
I
hike.
think that's probably one of the farthest. But if we go to the national tournament in Kansas City, that's not too far of a plane ride.
That's it. Yeah, that's the goal.
Yeah, we need some sponsors so we can start flying.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Omar's.
Shout out Omar's.
No, you can't say that, Aiden. You don't want to take me there.
I don't want to take you there.
can't.
I'll go there.
No, you're not welcome. Well, people like Omar said that.
Have you guys all been to New York City?
Yes.
Yeah.
The place is incredible. I loved it there.
Yeah.
You can get, I remember getting lamb gyros at like 3 a.m, and they were amazing. Some of the best I've ever had. But I have a friend who lives in Brooklyn and spent some time there and stayed in Manhattan for must have been like my 34th birthday. My mom took me to Manhattan. We stayed there. That was really fun. They got the beach there. You can go to Rockaway Beach and get in the water. There's just everything. New Orleans is great. Y'all been to New Orleans?
I haven't, but everybody I talked to who's been there loves it.
It's a completely different culture than everywhere else you go. You know, you got like that Cajun culture from the French brought in, and
They go hard in New Orleans too.
yeah, they go hard.
That's like Vegas of the South.
There's a couple different spots there too. I went for the Final Four. I remember being on Bourbon Street and leaving at like 2 or 3 in the morning, and Draymond Green was just coming in.
Was that last year?
No, this is when Draymond was playing for Michigan State.
Oh,
So
okay.
that
was a while ago.
is a while ago. Yeah, all my years
Didn't
running.
they
together.
just have it there last year or 2 years ago? Maybe?
I don't know. Did they?
Yeah, because I remember Matt said he went. And I think it might have been this last year.
New Orleans is fun, and San Francisco. San Francisco is really unique too. They got a special culture there.
It's just so damn expensive now.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
to do anything. Like that's why my family had to move to Oregon, is because it's just ridiculous.
There's a lot of different, like, you know where I'm trying to go with this. The U.S. has so many different cultures, like, you know, in different places. Like the South is so much different than the West Coast, different than the Northeast. It's really crazy. Like if we were in Europe, we'd be like 25, 30 different countries, you know, the way it breaks down. So it's interesting. It's fun to be able to travel around.
Yeah, I think I talked about this on the last podcast. Like, I think we all know, like, that America is a diverse place, but we don't truly appreciate it. Like, just for me and my experiences going overseas to, like, China, and I've been to Mexico, like you were saying, like, the different parts of those respective countries aren't too dissimilar. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of the same throughout, as opposed to here, like you said, where you can go a few states over and it just has a completely different feel.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a beautiful thing. For all our problems we have, there's still a lot of good things in the United States.
Absolutely.
Khalil, tell me about your music. What's are you recording tracks right now? Is that something that's like a central thing for you, or is this something you're waiting until basketball's done to pursue? Or tell me about it.
Well, typically, yeah, I have a brand of music. I work with artists out of Portland, with managing them, and with me doing that, an artist asked me to do something with them, which got me into it. So I started doing that. When the season come, I'm locked in 24/7, but it's always time. You feel me?
Yep.
I don't really make music with this expectation to be an artist.
Mm-hmm.
I do it just because I'm around it so much and I can.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I obviously enjoy it, but I mean, it's a hobby of mine. just like playing basketball, traveling, stuff like that. So I spontaneously would make a track. I know Joe make beats on the team, and he's got with me trying to, send me some stuff. So I'm waiting to hear it. But if I feel like it, I might have my own equipment and stuff like that. So it wouldn't be much to, do it.
So you can record out of where you're staying right now?
Yeah.
And do you, is it off the head or do you write stuff down or what's your process for that?
It typically depends. We'll listen to beats, and then as we're listening to it, we'll figure out, okay, we like that. Then from there, I'll try to put together like a hook or a chorus to it. And it'll start raw and stuff like that. And then there's other times where we punch in. We just play the beat, put it down, and we go line for line. We might have to stop it because we don't know what to say or whatever. But it just depends on the song and how it was created.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how'd you get connected to that? Just because you're a...
Well, initially I had a friend back at Jefferson. He played sports with me. He was a rapper and stuff. He was real nice, and I wanted to work with him, but I was into basketball, so like I really didn't have I didn't have the time to really do it. So through the process of me not starting my freshman year and me being back home so much, that's when I got into the music. While I'm rehabbing and stuff like that, physical therapy, I'm with him every day. And eventually it just became, okay, I'm going to start doing it. And then obviously with me getting healthy enough to be back on the court, going to school again, I continue to do it, but I'm not so hands-on when I'm gone,
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of how it started, with me just being back home around him and just getting behind him and really pushing him. And then it became more and more people I'm working with. I eventually started doing it, and then I'm here now.
Yeah. Have you toured and performed and that sort of thing?
No, not toured. Performed. Not me personally.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I don't do it to be an artist. Like, I'm not really looking for that. Like I said, but the artists I work with, they've performed or whatever in Portland. I've had artists I work with open up for Mine at the Motor Center, stuff like that. But for the most part, we just, drop music, make music videos, stuff like that, promote.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
And do you make the videos?
I've creative directed a few of our music videos. Not all of them, but yeah.
You got to put that one little clip of you in your last music video in the intro to this one.
Yeah, we need to.
Have you seen that?
No, but I already know we want it.
That's why I tell people don't dance.
Hey, man. That's okay.
It is okay. I'm not hating. I love it.
It might be totally unrelated, but my kids have a really good book about Gerald the giraffe, and he gets laughed out of the dance, and then he dances. He wanders off in some little caterpillar or something on the tree tells Gerald to do his own dance to the moon, and it's a really good story. It's inspiring.
I
and
think
Gerald,
that's very related.
when he dances to the moon, it's something
You think
special.
you can dance better than me, Hawes?
Yes.
You think so, for real?
If we could somehow put that video up so all the viewers who are watching us today could see that video, I could definitely dance better than that.
I'm gonna do everything I can to figure this out. Yeah,
We're
we
gonna hold
need
them to it.
we need a dance off on
We
video.
are.
Yes, and then I'm going to start calling you Gerald the Giraffe from here on out.
All right.
Man,
I'm glad we got
Aden
this
gonna be
streaming.
dancing.
I'm glad we got this streaming and we got people here. I want you to do it.
Yeah,
Hold
this
them
is
to it.
this
Hold
is
'em to
long
it,
been
people.
recorded. This is history.
Then you're going to want to one-up me, and it's going to look even worse than your last
I'm
one.
not gonna one up you. That's okay. We're gonna see. We're gonna hold you to it, Hawes.
Yeah, first, everyone's got to see what I'm talking about, though. It's classic.
That's okay.
I'm ready for this. This is nice.
Yeah.
This is why we live.
Going back to your music, right? You put a mixtape out this summer.
Yeah. I did something. In dedication for my bro who passed. Going on 2 years in May. So was sitting on a few songs that I made, and just eventually end up putting it out. So it's on platforms, Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, Tidal, all of that. So
What's the title? How do we find it on there?
Easy Money is the label that we work with. So easy and then money and then
It's the letter E, letter Z.
Yeah, and then
Just to clarify.
yes, thank you. And then my tape is Letter to Houdini. We have more music on there. So definitely go listen to that. Great music, timeless.
Yeah.
I mean, some of the beats you got on there from like sample from way back, huh?
Yeah, man. We dab into a variety of different stuff. We got R&B singers, man. We got rappers. We got pop. You know, I rap specifically, but yeah, it's a nice variety. You know, you're gonna find something in there that you could vibe with. So I definitely would.
Shout out Ani for throwing the lava there so Khalil could promote his.
Got to, man. Everybody got to promote their stuff.
TJ brought it up too. What you mean?
No, he's talking about your summer one. That you just
Oh yeah. Always. Ani's my dude.
And you said your bro passed.
Yes.
Comfortable talking about that a little bit more?
Of course. I mean, you got to embrace something like that. You know, you can't hide from it. I lost my one of my closest friends that I've actually known the longest, 16 years. Gun violence. He got killed 2021 of May. So been trying to deal with that. On top of that, he had a kid he didn't know about. So, you know, I have a godson that I'm taking care of as well when I'm back in Portland. So, yeah, you know.
Yeah. So it happened in Portland?
Yeah.
And is there a lot of violence?
Yeah. Portland, definitely. It's crazy. Portland's very small.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, there isn't really a safe zone. You feel me? You can be downtown, Northeast Portland, Southeast Portland. You can be in the numbers. You can be in the north. You know, it's a war zone pretty much, you know.
And is it mostly kids fighting? When I say kids, like your age?
Yeah, younger than me.
Yeah.
I'm young, but
yeah,
to be honest, it gets younger than me, way younger. So it definitely is crazy. It gets hectic out there, you know.
It's sad.
It is. It is, but you know, it is the reality we live with, and I mean, you know,
how do we help combat that? I don't know if combat's the best word for that, but how do we?
I mean, it comes down to really the influencers. You feel me? Mm-hmm. The OGs and stuff. They don't really have a grasp on it. You feel me? So there's really nothing we can do until, you know, the people of influence start really talking to the people who out here doing it, because it's not typically those. It's not really the OGs. It's not the influencers.
Yeah,
they're the face, but it's really kids for out here getting to it. Mm-hmm. And you know, I don't see it really stopping no time soon.
You seem like an old soul. Do you consider Portland your city?
Yeah. I get told that a lot, but yeah, for sure.
So are you? How much longer until you're one of those influencers that can start?
I mean, I try to do my part. You feel me? I touch as many people as I can and just tell them the real. But in terms of the mass, you know, it's gonna take more than me. You know, my voice ain't big enough. You got real people that like get looked up to. I'm talking about mainstream artists that's in people's ears every day.
Yeah,
you feel me? And they're encouraging it because that's the life they live and see. So it's like it's hard. It ain't easy. So.
And I'm not trying to put that pressure on. Like this is
Khalil
Chatman's responsibility.
No, I feel you.
Like we all, it's all our responsibility,
definitely,
right? These are all our communities.
Yeah.
I was just wondering what that's looking like. Hopefully, we can see some positive change coming about.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, because you only get one time to, you know, really live and experience life, you know.
Yeah.
So it's about making the best of it and, you know, learning and moving forward. You feel me? So. Yeah.
What do you see that path forward looking like for you as far as what interests you the most? Like, is it a music basketball thing, or do you have other things you want to
do? Definitely. Growing up, you know, I naturally just got good and stuff, had a growth spurt and stuff, which allowed me to, you know, and I got scholarships and interest levels of basketball and stuff, but was humbled quickly, being, taken out of the sport and not being able to play. So me being back, I definitely want to take this advantage of this opportunity and play basketball as long as I can. Because like I said, once it's over, it's over. I ain't gonna be able to come back and get these opportunities. So I definitely want to get everything out of the sport of basketball. In the meantime, when I can't play basketball, having this business and these relationships and this going on is also something I'm doing and looking forward to. So I'm just going day to day, figuring it out.
Yeah,
but nothing's promised, so I'm not looking too far in the future. I'm just trying to get it now.
living in the present.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, make sure you're always sharing how I can help have a positive impact. All of us, we got to communicate it and spread the message. All of us.
Definitely.
Going back to, so you graduate high school, you're getting ready to go to Pacific, right?
Yeah.
And you say you broke your leg, come back home, you go through other personal issues.
Yeah.
How do you get past all that and get back into
me personally?
Yeah.
It's tough, Like I said, life, man, everybody got their own experiences and what they go through, and what sometimes you got to get sat down and we'll see things for what it is. And like you said, me coming out of high school, I was very naive, young, just reckless, careless. So I didn't take advantage of my opportunities, and that's just the bottom line. Was distracted by a lot of things, women, you feel me, clout, all type of stuff, just being young. So my head wasn't on fully straight, I was always a good kid, but I had a lot going on. So just going through those experiences and stuff like that, it just humbled me. And it just, really sat me down and made me really look things in another perspective. So I just go, like I said, day to day. I believe in God. I thank God every night, and just really go from there. Because I done really seen things. I done been in things that make you believe. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Even if you don't, I don't get into the. I'm not really. I don't know the details and the extent of what this goes.
Yeah.
I'm not one of them that's gonna make you want to believe what I believe, but I believe it's a higher power somewhere. And from there, just I go from there.
Oh, that's real.
Yeah.
Keep it simple though.
I
You
can't
gotta keep it
imagine,
simple.
like, you went through that, like guys like, Zion or LaMelo coming out of high school. The amount of people around them and the amount of distractions around them must have been crazy.
That's
Just
what
to
I'm
see where
saying.
you're at right now.
Yeah, like I've had it. I ain't even up there. You feel me? It's different levels of clout when it comes back to, especially back home, high school, all of that. It could be a lot. It can be a lot. So yeah, I'm just blessed, to be able to still be playing basketball, and to be here, experiencing, with you guys.
Oh, it's great. Yeah,
Yeah.
we're ready for it. This is it's going to be a fun year. Just the
I'm
relationships
excited.
we're building, and it's been great having you here. I've been out of the game for a couple of years, so getting to meet everyone's been a really fun experience for
Definitely.
me. And myself, I know I'm looking forward to seeing what we're going to build and keeping everyone
I'm
focused
excited.
and together.
I'm excited for this year. I think we can really, really do some good things. I don't know I'm gonna be honest, I don't know the level of competition. I'm not too familiar with who we play. But just knowing what we got, we're gonna be a problem for people.
So you have the cast on over there. I know we talked about it a little bit beforehand. What's that looking like? How's the hand feeling? What's the timeline?
I'm supposed to get it cut off the 17th of October.
Mm-hmm.
So they're gonna give me a handmade little thing to put over my hand that can protect it. I don't think I'll be able to practice right away. I think I got to rehab for at least a week. With Ross, he's gonna get me right, and then from there I should be ready by November, sometime in November.
Back on the court.
Yes.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. You've done a great job of staying engaged and being there every day.
Yes.
And words of wisdom every day. I always like when Coach asks for your.
Yeah, got to keep it real, man. You got to keep it real. The details matter. So I'm excited for this group. I'm excited for the scrimmage today.
Yep.
I want to see how we do. Just how we lock in. Like Coach was saying, how all the details matter. Not so much now, but once we get deeper in the season, and so.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. Hoping we execute and just do what we're supposed to do. I mean, the score is going to take care of itself.
Yeah, of course.
And I hope we do well and we build a lead, but guys continue to execute and do the little things when we get there.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I'm a referee today. Are you a referee?
I think I'm on the scoreboard.
Oh, you're on scoreboard. Yeah. Aiden and I are referees, so we're going to be.
So how many texts y'all giving out today? I know Aiden going to give out at least 2 technicals today.
One's going to be you.
On the bench.
There's no way you're refereeing. There's no way.
They call me Tim Donahue.
Oh my God! Is it 3 refs? We have to have at least 3 refs.
Yeah, got him, Big O.
Yeah, Big O too.
You know who Tim Donahue is, or is that past your time?
Yeah, no.
Huh?
I know the name, but I'm very bad with names.
He was the ref who got in trouble for point shaving and for gambling on games.
That's on Netflix, right?
Yeah.
Is that the one?
I thought that was Adam Sandler and The Longest Yard.
The longest. That's football.
Let's just talk about point shaving.
Yeah, I saw some of that interview. It sounds like he was multiple the mob, right?
Yeah, well, the bookie was tied into the mob.
That's what it was.
And it was just a crazy deal just to hear from it from their perspective and like how deep they got in, how much money they were making, how much money they probably could have made if they did it longer. Like, at least from the refs, side of things, he didn't do it very much. But obviously, if you do it at all, it's a big no-no.
Yeah, if the games aren't fully fair, then that kind of changes everything.
Right, and I mean, yeah, that definitely lost some trust with the viewers, I think. And even today, you hear about, and you sort of get that feeling that superstars get certain calls, and that the higher, bigger market teams get a little more love than like a Portland or some of those smaller market teams. And
oh yeah,
they want every playoff series to go 7 games so they can generate the most revenue they can.
So is it rigged? Is what you're saying?
To an extent, yeah.
It's
obviously
rigged.
The refs can't control how many threes Steph Curry makes. Like, I guess they could if they called a travel before he shoots it every time, but they don't want to make it that obvious. But to an extent,
So
you
hear that, America? Paul says the system is rigged.
to an extent, I think it is it's flawed.
It seems like some series are encouraged to extend by the referee.
That could be just entertainment. Maybe we just want to see it go down to the wire.
That's what you're trying to say.
Entertainment is more money.
More money.
At the end of the day,
That doesn't mean the refs are in on it.
Like,
you don't know who's in on it. That's what I'm trying to say. You don't know who's in on it.
No one ever knows.
Yeah.
Think about it.
Who's there.
The referees get assigned those games based on the official assigner, based on the commissioner, all that. So if they go with the status quo and they are consistently making competitive games that go 7 series, they're going to be invited back. They're going to get the playoff bonuses, and they're going to do those games, make more money for themselves, for the league. I mean, it's a win-win. Like, we're happy because we see.
Yeah. But that doesn't always happen. That's not always the case.
I know the last time I remember seeing like a final series go 4 was when LeBron got swept by the Spurs. But other than that, I mean, they all go 6 or 7.
Because typically the teams are really good and they compete, and it's hard. It's hard to beat a team consistently.
Right.
4 times, that's a lot of times to beat somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Think about
when you're the 2 best teams.
Yeah,
right?
it's hard.
Think about as recently as when LeBron was with the Cavs and they played the Warriors with that whole Draymond Green situation.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys remember this? I clearly remember this when he got that second technical right before halftime.
Yeah.
And it was clear as day. They were like, flag, you just second technical on Draymond, he's out. And then I remember they came back, the broadcast came back in right before the second half started, and they're like, "Oh, that second technical went to Steve Kerr," and I'm like, "Huh?"
I don't remember all this.
I specifically remember
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
And they
crazy.
changed it to Steve Kerr when clearly, like as clear as day, you could see the ref like
Hey,
pointing
man.
to Draymond
But the
Green.
refs got to understand sometimes that they're not there to see them. You feel me? They're there to watch and experience the basketball game. So sometimes
I agree.
they get, they might get emotional. They might take it personal and then say, you know what, that wasn't enough for him to get thrown out. We're gonna give it to Steve.
But still, you can't reverse a call like that. That's
You
not
can.
how basketball works. No,
You can.
You can't go to the replay review and take a technical away.
He didn't take it
Hey,
away.
that's what
He
it is
just
to
distributed
Boogie,
it
too.
to someone else.
Remember
If
when
you
they
do
did that
that,
to
if
Boogie?
you give it to them, you give it to them.
You can.
I don't.
You
remember
can do
My
that.
point
Yeah.
is that if Draymond was out of that game, it would have affected that game.
Hey,
So instead of doing that, they're like, "Oh, let's give it to Steve Kerr, keep the best players in the game, make the series more competitive." And then I think that
That's-
series went 7-2.
I think that's the right thing to do.
Seemed like a good decision. Yeah.
The sports is about competing. So why, how sucky was the finals when Kyrie and Kevin Love didn't play and LeBron, was going
It
against.
wasn't terrible. It still went 6.
I'm saying, but how better would it have been in our imagination thinking about it if Kyrie and Kevin Love was there?
Yeah, you want the best guys.
That's what I'm saying. You want the
I'm
best
not
guys
saying
on the
that
court.
The best guys shouldn't be there. I'm saying that in that situation, the refs made sure that
But we're talking about Draymond too. It's like,
he's the stir he's the straw that stirs the drink for Golden State.
wow, that's crazy. Yeah, I'm not saying he's not, but I'm just saying.
Do you get what I'm saying?
It's
though?
like-
I get both people's
I'm not
points.
saying that
Yeah.
he should have been kicked. Like I don't care either way. I'm just saying.
You're saying there was manipulation
Yes,
by the powers.
by
that
the
be.
rules.
Yeah, it's
The
manipulation
rules-
everywhere, though.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay, obviously,
Yeah.
I'm saying that it's in the NBA, which we don't think it should be, but it is. That's
Yeah.
all I'm saying.
I think it's great that we can agree on this.
I think
We all
I
agree.
think he's trying to argue with me when we do agree. That's what's crazy. We do agree, but
was
he's
it-
looking for an argument.
When it remember that ridiculous interview when Boogie came out? He's like, "This is ridiculous, man, ridiculous." That's the game he got thrown out. And they told him to come back in.
Yeah,
He went into the locker room and they told him to come back. So it be
You
happening.
gave it to Steve. It's
and
okay.
even that one, I know they played this interview in that Tim Donaghy Netflix documentary where Shaq goes on this huge, when he was with the Lakers, he goes on this huge rant like, "Oh, people pay great money to come to these games and watch, and the refs try to take over the bleep game." You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
like the players understand it too. Like there is a sense of, this is how it should be.
Yeah.
We want to see the Lakers play the.
Well, it happens at every level. Don't tell me you didn't have a high school game where the home team got all the calls and you would have won.
Yeah, we seen that at college. I had a couple of those.
Yeah,
I remember when I went to a game at Jefferson, my alma mater, South Eugene, played there, and they won at Jefferson.
I wasn't there, so he keeps looking at me and pointing at me. I wasn't there.
That's your school, though.
I wasn't there. We never lost to South Eugene.
Little South Eugene went into Jefferson.
Yeah, Eli
Oh,
tore
yeah.
Jefferson out.
He had 30 and 30.
Yeah,
30
Eli.
and
That's
30?
crazy.
30 points, 30 rebounds.
Wow. Did you ever have 30 rebounds, Khalil?
I've had 20.
20 is a
I
lot.
think he broke the record.
That's got to be
for
some sort of
rebounds.
I've
record.
had 20. That's the most.
Eli, he's
30
a sneaky
rebounds is
double-double.
crazy.
But I don't know how Khalil ended up with a double-double, but he ends up with them.
Hey man,
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah,
when I gets after it, I gets after it.
That's what I'm hearing.
it's mostly them missed layups, huh?
Man, just go up. You feel me? Your teammates are gonna miss. You're gonna miss a lot of shots.
Yeah.
If you just stand at the basket, you're gonna get a few offensive rebounds. A few fouls, free throws. Real simple game.
It is.
Real simple game.
Such
Keep it
is
easy.
life.
Yeah.
Be in the
Yeah.
right spot.
That's all you gotta do, man.
A
Yeah.
little bit of luck.
Yep. A little bit of luck,
Never
couple
hurt anybody.
bounces. No, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
man.
it's time to wind up here. Anything for the good of the order?
I mean, thanks for popping out.
Oh, of
We're looking
course,
forward
man.
to have more players on this
Anytime.
podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
We love having you. We'll get everyone in this season, document the season, get some off season
Definitely.
going in, and been fun so far, and we're going to keep it rolling.
Appreciate you guys having me, man. Go Raiders.
Go
Raiders.
Next time we'll give an update on how the scrimmage went and keep it rolling with the running Raiders.
Running Raiders. Job, y'all.